Viewers, a frustrated Pakistani army also carried out numerous ceasefire violations along the line of control. They tried to give cover fire to terrorists who were trying to infiltrate. Indian forces retaliated by smashing multiple Pakistani posts.
Now remember, the visuals on your screens are from the Keran sector along the LOC and from Rajouri. In Keran, watch how our forces have destroyed a Pakistani bunker, while in Rajouri, watch how our forces blew up a Pakistani post. It's up in smoke. This thermal footage is from Samba as well. Watch how our forces targeted a Pakistani post after getting intel on the movement of terrorists who were trying to infiltrate.
And in this operation, BSF managed to kill 7 terrorists. Now look at this video. This was released by the army this morning itself. In this footage, you can see how Indian army successfully destroyed a Pakistani post after Pakistani army resorted to unprovoked ceasefire violation.
Remember, Indian Army, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy, all three forces are giving a befitting response to Pakistan. And we continue to be joined by our guests on the broadcast who are decoding for you this entire developing situation. Remember, only facts, only genuine information from experts is what we're giving you on Times Now, because there's a lot of fake news and misinformation which is also spreading at this moment. So please do not panic. Be alert to the right kind of information that we're giving you. Colonel Agarwal, I want to understand from you, there are a lot of similarities that are being given in these two attacks, the Pahalgam terror attack as well as the October 7th Hamas attack. And there is, speculation how this is very similar to the kind of attack that Hamas carried out. Could you shed some light on how this is similar and why should we be very concerned with the kind of similarities that it has with West Asia?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've written about it the day after Pahalgam happened that Pahalgam is India's 7th October moment. And not only in the terms of execution of what we are seeing from the Pakistani side, but in the format of why Pahalgam happened. In the case of, Hamas, they were with the backs to the wall and everything was going against them in September 2023. And they had, they thought that they had no resort other than to do something drastic. And to an extent, I would say they succeeded because they brought the Palestinian issue back on the global map, and the war has been going on ever since for more than almost 2 years now. Similarly, in this case, we have analyzed this earlier also, that in the case of Pakistan Army, the kind of setbacks that they were facing, the kind of backlash that they were facing back home, the internal dissensions that were there, they always have resorted to Kashmir as the a fallback option to divert the attention and get back primacy back in their country. So that is why Pahalgam happened. Coming back to how the comparison of the Hamas execution is, on 7th October they fired over 1,000 rockets into Israel, and their Iron Dome also intercepted most of them. Here also they have been resorting to Swarm Dome attacks, missile attacks, and fortunately for us, our Sudarshan Chakra has thwarted not 90, not 95, but 100% of these attacks, and we have not suffered any casualty. So this is how, in the mindset, in the concept, as well as in the execution, there are similarities.
And we also know that there was an event, I think in February itself, where a red carpet was rolled for representatives of Hamas, in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. And that's where the sense was perhaps now the focus is going to be to learn their cheap tricks and, use them in India. But the kind of response that we have seen also going from the Indian side, it is also quite precise, something that should shake Pakistan, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, just see the contrast. When we targeted the 9 locations and 21 or 24 targets, we got precise hits. None of their air defense or missile defense systems could intercept any of our missiles. And in fact, we saw the visuals, of a Pakistani guy. He's watching that kamikaze drone coming down, to attack. And he's saying that our air defense systems are not responding at all. And when you contrast it with what happened yesterday, anything that they fired at us was intercepted and blasted off. So that contrast...
And they couldn't do it because they didn't want to reveal their location. They didn't want to
acknowledge
that actually...
their version is.
That's a very, very lame excuse.
They didn't want to acknowledge that perhaps the defense system does not work, or probably it was the one that got demolished in Indian strikes.